Good day everyone. So today we are going to discuss about the CSS properties. So as we all know that the CSS is actually the basic element that gives this web page to lots of different styles and that unique look. So this is the one behind all that beauty of a web page. So here what we already discussed about what is CSS and how we can define CSS. So CSS is nothing but cascading style sheet. So using CSS you can add styles to any different web pages using the same style sheets. Okay, we only need to do what? Just to link that CSS file to our HTML code. So we have got that many more CSS properties, then only it will be such a grandson thing to add different kinds of styles into our web page. So we can start directly into that. The first property of the CSS is font size. So we can get many different styles, shapes, colors and different things to our basic HTML page or element. So this is normally done using the CSS, and this font size can also be altered using this use of different kinds of CSS properties. So one is the font size itself. So font size is actually a CSS property, defines the text size to be used. So this is an example code. Here we can see we just started our HTML and also head. For defining a CSS, it's very important to write the style once in an external file or in the same line in the style tag itself, or else it should be specified altogether inside the style tag, and that should be always placed inside the head element itself. Okay, so that's why we used, or this is how we include each of our styling together into our code. So let's see. Inside the head I have started a style tag here, and inside you have seen different kinds of defining different font styles in different values, and that's closed, and I wrote something in my body. So let's get into the style itself. Div.a, that means division. Div, it's actually a HTML element, and what this dot suggests, that means this is actually a selector that is used in the CSS. There are many more selectors, but here we use the CSS class selector. That means this will specify which class with a name will specify all the properties that are provided into that class and to wherever we suggest to show it. So you can typically write this like this, that is, first write which element of the HTML you want to get styled or get changed. So first write that, and in order to use a class selector you have to use this dot symbol, and along with that you have to use a class name. Then only it will be easy for identifying or for using the same styles for different elements inside the HTML code itself. So sometimes you have to use repeatedly some of the styles many more times. So in order to that means it's very much boring, and it's not a good way to easily or just to repeat every styles on each of the times, but it's very nice to do if we use a class selector. So thus we only need to mention the class, then only, so it will automatically takes all the values inside that class, all the styles inside or defined inside that class. So my first class selector is with a name of A, and I have done with that is font size is actually a CSS property with some values in pixel. So just like that I've got another class with a name of B, class name B, and the same font size in another value, not in the name of pixels but just the large, small, etc. thus kinds of values. And also for C is another class with a font size of 150%. So what it means, you can use or you can define this font size in different values. Like you can use the values to specify the font size in pixel, or some values such as large, small, and etc. And also it can also be represented or done using percentage values. So this is the normal way to add the values to the font size property in the CSS. So we also told what is a class. So this actually means I have to add each of these class properties into my different divs inside the body itself. So let's see how this is worked. So I close the style and head and open the body. So just return a heading, nothing but the font size property, doesn't matter here. Div is the HTML element. So here I have to use this font style of 15 pixel to whatever I am writing in my first division. So here I have used some text and I have to show it or display it in the 15 pixel size, font size. So what I have did here, div, then I just written the class name equal to, that is class is equal to, just give the name of which font style you have to or font size you have to display here. So for me, I used this 15 pixel is to be displayed for the first paragraph. So I used class is equal to A. And the next class I used as B. So what is the feature of this B, class B? It has got a font size of large. So this thing, whatever be written inside the div element will be shown or displayed with the style that is defined inside the class called B, that is it will be displayed in a large font size. So likewise, my next div is class is equal to C, and this is also a paragraph, but this is in the form as we defined it with a class name. It will automatically calls that class, and it has got a feature or it has got a property that is font size should be of 150%. So it will be represented or displayed in that much size whatever we have done here. So this is the normal way that class selectors work along with our CSS property named font size. So according to this concept, we have to look forward. This font size is a CSS property which defines the text size. Okay, so we can use different values such as in pixels or in some large, small, thus values, and also it can be mentioned using these percentage values too. So this is actually the concept here. Also we have added one thing that's only for your information, guys. It's about selectors. We used here as class selectors. How we define, you can identify it like these small dots. They are actually the representation for class selectors. So when we use the class selectors, you can use that style that has defined in each of the class wherever you have to use that. Doesn't need to repeat each times, just need to call or just need to use or mention their name along with this class is equal to value. Okay, which element be here? It can be a paragraph, it can be a heading, it can be anything, that never matters here. So it needs to be called using this class is equal to, and which type of style or which style you need here, that should be mentioned. And for that you have to add both the value as well as or this element together, then only it can access where to define my class property. Okay, so that's all about the selectors too. Let's get into our next CSS properties. So as you can see, we have also got some properties such as font style, font variant, font weight, and font family. Okay, these are all are the different types of CSS properties used to define each areas inside the fonts itself. So let's see how this is defined. As this is the CSS, we have to mention every time it should be there inside the head tag and also inside the this style tag. Okay, so I have used here also what a class selector. That's why you can see something and between you can see some dots. That means whatever be the element and the attributes or the class name, never matters, this dot will be representing this is a class selector. Okay, so my element here is HTML element is P. So I'm going to add some style to my paragraph using a class selector of the name normal. Okay, so inside that I'm going to use the CSS property here as font style. So I'm saying here is my font style should be normal for the paragraph when I define it with a class name called normal. So likewise I've got another class for the same paragraph itself. So that should be having a name. I have written something like an italic. So class name, it's not a strict thing here. You can use any kinds of values. But the thing is, what you are using here, that should be mentioned correctly while coding using the or inside the body. Okay, so as we have seen them in the earlier problem. So this is actually telling to get the font style of normal, and also we have used another class with the name of italic, and it shows that this font style should be italics. And another class with a font style is oblique. That means for the same font style you can have the different values such as normal, italic, oblique and all. So these are some possible values that you can give to your font style CSS property. So thus you can simply change each and different kinds of styles or font styles to your web page. So that will be nicely attractive when it comes in matters. So that's all about the font style. So as I completed about my stylings here, I just closed my style tag and also my head tag. And thus you can continue with coding using that body tag and what all things you have to mention here. Then you have to add that things like for one paragraph you can use paragraph class is equal to normal. So for that paragraph only this style works. And for the next paragraph you just define it with class is equal to italic or whatever name you give here. Then just write the thing that to be displayed, and that will be displayed in this font style. So likewise, so let's see the next CSS property, that is font variant. So here also we started with these basic things because this is CSS. So it is mandatory to do every codes for CSS or styling inside the style tag, and it should be always inside the head if you are not using an external CSS format. Okay, so P dot normal here. So here also we can see the dot. That means this is a class selector. So normal is also my class name, and here I am going to add these font variant property into my paragraph also. So font variant can also have some values such as normal, small caps, etc. That means what? Font variant is actually the different variants that you can use inside the font. That means you can use the normal letters or caps letters or small letters or whatever. So just need to do is to mention that name here, valid names here. So that will be, when called, will be displayed normally or as per the values you have given. Okay, so the font variant is actually a CSS property and can have the values such as normal, small caps, etc. Okay, for more values here you just search and you can simply find these values. Okay, so the next one is font weight. So as we have already told about the size, style, variant, and the another one is weight. Somewhat like this, but has also a different impact into our page. Let's see how this is done. So we written here our code about for this font weight inside the style itself. So here also we used our class selector. So have normal, light, thick, etc. some of my classes. That means class names. So let's see how these all are defined or what all are the different values that is font weight can have. So font weight can be given with the name of normal, and it can also get a value like light, lighter, bold, or this weight can be defined or can give some value like countable values too. Okay, so that this weight, the font weight, will be displayed distinctly for each of these cases. So all you need to do is just write the code, and so we have used 4 different paragraphs. So you also want to define 4 different paragraphs just with some sentences in your body tag and body inside the body tag, and you can see how these all also works. Font weight normal implies, so which is a normal form that we always see in our simple or normal cases, and when we use this normal or change this into lighter, bold, and also some values, you can also see how this also varies or distinct from one another. So that's how this font weight get impact on this CSS properties. So the next one is font family. It is also a style CSS property, so thus we have to mention or we have to use that inside the style tag only. If you are using it as an inline function, it's not a matter, but if you since we have to make a big web page, so we doesn't have to use this kind of simple inline ones. That's not good. So always do like this or use an external CSS format. So here let's get into this code. Font family. As we all know that this font has also different family, that means different styles, and this family include many more concepts. In all things will come under this family, so we just need to mention which is that family. That's only. So there comes this font weight, style, variant, all the things will be classed together and thus forms this font family. So I've written like this, that dot implies it's a class selector, then A and B are my class names, and P is the element that I'm going to change with this corresponding styles. So font family, as you all know that there are many different kinds of font family. So I just use some of the common ones. One is Times New Roman. So this is to be mentioned in double quotes, and that will be automatically called when you use these two things in along with the class is equal to value, as we have already seen there in the first code or first example. You can also get changed with the new font family to which paragraph you want to make that change. So so you can also see my next family is nothing but an Arial. So what will happen, just from the normal font it will get into this font. That's all. Okay, so also we have got a single, that means just this font only is another CSS attribute. That for that you can simply add all these values together, as we have used everything, that means font style having some of these values, and font variant as some of these values, and also font weight as some values. But for the font only CSS attribute, you just do this and open the font, then in that you can add this types of font family. That means just write the names or the values together, like this is my font family name. Okay, so you can also write normal, then small caps. That means this will be all together worked in the same font CSS property. So that's also another one. It's altogether can be done using that one CSS property too. Okay, so these all are some of the CSS properties, and we also have some more, because it's not about the fonts, it have also got much more impact on the color, how we represent it, and also the background and about the background details. So this will be included in the next video. So guys, all you need to do is just include these things, and you can write your own body elements and just run it and see how all these differently works and make your web page beautiful. Thank you.